Holmes with a right hand. And a good Larry Holmes. Another good one.
This is the night 42-year-old Larry Holmes gave so much of himself that his body simply gave out.
And threw a nice right hand. Here tonight. There it is. The right hand. Just caught Holyfield with two short right hands. And Holmes was smiling moments ago. Almost. I think that's a reach, Joe. I don't know. It's a long time ago. An arm around Holmes.
It was June 19th, 1992, at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, billed Class of Champions. Evander Holyfield was 27-0, the undisputed heavyweight champion, defending his title for the third time. Larry Holmes was 42 years old, on his third comeback attempt after previous losses to Michael Spinks and Mike Tyson. He'd earned this shot by beating an undefeated Ray Mercer earlier that year. Nobody expected.
Holyfield going right at Holmes. Said he wants Holmes to be active. He doesn't want him to be in a defensive posture. Holyfield said he's been most successful on him.
And what he means by that, Len, is he likes a fighter to open up with him. Caught him with a good counterpunch. Dokes, of course, in that wild fight they had right here, he opened up and knocked him out finally in the 10th round, I believe. So that's one of the things that Evander enjoys, a good brawl.
Larry Holmes here in the early going. Holyfield at third round. We've yet to see what Larry Holmes can do as far as landing punches. A minute gone in the first. There goes.
Of course, in that fight against George Foreman, big man, a big heavyweight.
Holmes. Holyfield has been in command nearly 2 minutes into the round. Left hand from Evander. Well, as Holmes said to the camera, he was no Tommy Morris. Holmes is yet to land.
It's as if it never even landed. Holyfield came right back after Holmes.
Holmes' punch is blocked. Holyfield finishes off with a left. And another one. That's the round. Seemed a bit long.
Round one, and Holmes did what a 42-year-old with nothing left but experience has to do. Feel his way in, give away nothing for free.
For round two.
Excuse me, Len, let me throw it in, which I didn't have a chance to say on the re-glove up in Palms. It's an illegal tackle.
Holmes doing an effective job of. Holyfield obviously the quicker fighter. Glancing right hand. Larry dug a right low, and Holyfield with a left to the body. The uppercut from Holmes. Oh, left hand from Larry Holmes. So the Mercer tactic working here against Holyfield.
Type of guy that says, I'm not going to come over after you and go to the middle of the ring and wait for him. He's going to take the attack right to Holmes. Holmes is trying to employ. And threw a nice right hand.
Intent to stay in the corner, and Holmes scoring. Still backs off. He takes punches. Many of them.
Look at
Holmes looking down towards the commentators.
If he wins this fight, that's the man he wants to fight. Larry Holmes wants to fight George Foreman.
And he's giving it to Evander Holyfield more than he's getting.
And right now he's fighting Evander Holyfield quite well right here in the corner.
Final seconds of the second round. George Foreman working tonight's bout for HBO on tape delay.
Round two, and for a moment, it looked like it might actually happen. Holmes landed real punches, enough to draw a roar from the crowd, while his corner screamed at him, "Chop the tree, Big Jack, chop the tree!"
Third round. Now they're in the middle of the ring. And Holmes goes. And Holyfield with the combination.
Of course, Holyfield waiting for the one that he is
to be more effective with it to set up that right hand here tonight. There it is, the right hand. And it was a big one. And another one from Holyfield.
Holmes' eyes are clear, though.
The feeling is that Holmes lowers that jab at times. He can go, tries to come out with the right hand. Inside of a minute remaining in the third. Holyfield
just caught Holyfield with two short right hands.
And Holmes was smiling moments ago, almost in disdain. He's fighting at Holyfield. Looking at him, a half smirk at times. Holmes has taken his...
Round 3, and Holyfield began doing what younger champions do, using his legs, his hands, his sheer output to slowly pull the fight back under control.
And we start the 4th round. Another right hand, glancing from Holyfield. Holmes' corner, urging him to use the jab. Larry puts the hands down, moments Holyfield to come at him.
He's going to get the favorable scoring at this point as far as this round is concerned.
Holyfield backs off this time. Larry wants to stay in that corner. Now Holmes comes to him. Coming down 2 minutes ago in the 4th. Larry, and then look out for a little elbow. And the right hand from Holmes.
Good right hand, left hook. Upper. Lou Duva wants Holyfield to take the fight to the center of the ring.
Holmes again, effective with... Holmes is holding his shoulders.
That's right. By holding his shoulders, he stops his arms from coming forward and
right
muffles a lot of...
Uppercut from Holmes in the right hand, and then Holyfield goes after him in the final seconds of the 4th.
He does, but Holmes blocked everything that Holyfield came back with.
Not that one. Overhand right from Holyfield. Exciting.
By round 4, Holmes had settled into the only strategy that gave him any chance at all. Spend as little energy as possible and make Holyfield work for every single point.
Now the chance of Larry at Caesars Palace as we start the 5th round in the middle of the ring. Larry landed the right, and then it gone in the 5th. Holmes with the jabs. Holyfield works the body with the right and the head with the left.
A great right hand and wobbled Holyfield a little bit right there.
And Holyfield comes back with
a fighter's eyes. And there goes that counter right hand.
And a good combination from Holyfield.
Came back, something Mercer did not do in that fight, as we go back to that fight as an example. And
Holmes with a good right hand out of the corner.
Well, Holmes can come out and just lead Holyfield right back to the corner again if he so desires.
Connected with the right, Holmes did. Again, Holmes smiling down and now talking to George Foreman.
Round 5 marked the halfway point. Holmes had absorbed real punishment by now. He was still standing. On its own, that was already more than most people had expected.
From a percentage standpoint, as we start the 6th round.
Maybe I'm stopping short of saying that Larry Holmes is winning a lot of these rounds as this fight goes on. But as the 49% of his punches, if I'm not mistaken.
To a jab. Oh, Holyfield
again. Holmes is rolling with it. Got
a couple jabs from Holyfield.
Punch.
Backs off towards the ropes, and Holyfield obliges him. Comes in after him with the right.
Laying against the rope. He's deflecting a lot of punches. And let's see if he turns it on for himself. He's going to have to do a lot more than that to really get Larry Holmes in trouble. He's going to have to be punching in combinations once he gets inside.
And the big uppercut inside of a minute remaining in the 6th. Fairly even fight thus far. And Holyfield, as he's shown, continues to take the big punch. Lands some of his own. Another right hand over the top from Holyfield. The left, another right from Evander. And Holmes coming out of there.
1 or 2 clean and effective punches right before that series on the ropes here with 2 right hands. Holmes landed 2 great right hands.
Final seconds of the 6th.
In round 6, Holmes did the only real damage of the entire fight. He opened a cut over Holyfield's eye. Even that wasn't a clean punch. Replays showed it was his elbow, on the follow-through of a missed right hand. It was enough to make the champion cautious for the rest of the night anyway.
Telling Lou Duva to get out of the ring.
It's a terrible cut, and it's in the eyelid, and it's already bleeding, and it's bothering Evander Holyfield.
Remember, we talked about fateful 7th rounds. Here we go. Holmes trying to work that eye with the jab. Now, Holyfield squinting a bit as the blood flows from the right eye. Way to go.
I can't remember when I've ever seen Evander runs the length of the eyebrow underneath in the eyelid in a very bad spot.
And Holyfield trying to go back to normal procedure, jabbing, and then
Effective against Larry Holmes to this point.
and snapped his head back with a jab there, Joe. And Holyfield backs. A good jab, left jab from Larry Holmes. A right over the top from Holyfield. Backs Holmes into the corner. Holmes has his...
Oh, good right hand by Larry Holmes. Stepped right in off the jab.
After the cut, Holyfield's corner had one instruction: protect it. Round 7 saw him fighting more carefully, more centered in the ring, taking fewer risks than he had all night.
Round number 8, scheduled for 12.
In Holyfield's corner, they've hired freelance cutman.
Larry is talking to Evander Holyfield as he fights him. Good left to the body and
Up again, and it is dripping blood, and there's got to be a sense of urgency on Holmes.
Holmes would love nothing better than to work the jab right at that cut. Manager the situation midway through the 8th.
Cut, but he's got his hands full landing it anywhere.
Coming down to a minute to go in the 8th round. Bleeding profusely, Joe. The blood is welled up, but
Of course, Evander for the first has been doing all the fighting in this round, and
Holyfield breathing heavier than Holmes at this point,
Yes.
which is rather amazing in the final seconds of the 8th round.
he's got a lot to deal with, especially with this cut.
Round 10, and neither man had anything left to hide behind. Holyfield kept landing the cleaner shots. Holmes kept refusing to go anywhere.
Right now he has it stopped as we begin the 9th round.
Don Turner urging Larry Holmes to come out and fight a little bit more. Virtually, he threw very few punches in that round in his body work. But Holmes has got to get busy if he wants to get back in this fight and rack up some more points.
Holyfield scoring moisture off the bottom of his shoe. He came out dripping wet. They must have poured a gallon of... And Holyfield swings and misses, and his own momentum took him down. Drilled a slip of...
Well, he's not being as active as he should be if he wants to win the World Heavyweight Championship. He's kind of letting it slide out of his hands here, and he's abandoned the rope-a-dope or the stuff in the corner that was working so well for him.
He counters with a right hand. And a rare left.
To be prepared to go 12 rounds, 3 minutes a round, and this fight.
Little trickle coming out of the cut over. Conditioning will tell in the warm Las Vegas night. Holyfield cracks a right hand, and really his advantage in this round based on his activity.
By round 9, both men were visibly tiring. Holyfield was still landing more. Holmes was still there to receive it.
But obviously, he was a younger man. Amateur fight, as they said in the corner, meaning 3 rounds to go. Heavyweight championship. And really a lull has settled over. Crowd waiting for something to happen which isn't the last couple. What worked very effectively in the 2nd and 4th rounds for Larry Holmes hasn't really worked since. And the most telling... Bleeding has been stopped. Credit Ace Murata for that.
Beautiful job. When an occasional right hand downstairs from Larry Holmes also right there.
Got ceased over the last couple of rounds from Larry Holmes.
Well,
and a few boos from the crowd,
right,
as they also sense the inactivity amongst these like this, and finishes up a decision and should Holyfield. Inside of 30 seconds. So much of the same. The 8th, 9th.
Round 10, and neither man had anything left to hide behind. Holyfield kept landing the cleaner shots. Holmes kept refusing to go anywhere.
100% right.
Lennox Lewis, your mic is open now, so feel free to join in the commentary here in the 11th round, and we'll see what the tactics are.
Oh, a beautiful right hand by Larry Holmes. Another one, and those really have Evander a little wobbly, even though he's still moving forward. Those have him shaken. Laboring right now. He doesn't look like he's ready to fight back after these right hands. He's not counterpunching. Larry Holmes should really be turning it on right here.
If he can, that's the question. And Evander Holyfield's right eye a little bit closed as he goes.
He's really not doing much. He's waiting for something to happen. Holmes has got to let it hang out because he's probably, you know, this fight, he's probably not in all the way.
Holyfield still content to work the body with 1:15 remaining in the 11th. Oh, Holmes says, come on, puts his hands down, come after me. Holyfield just stands there.
Draw champion is looking a little tired out there.
Well, this is exactly what happened to him a year last April against George Foreman, of course, very tired. But Evander, the more fatigued of the two.
Crap. Oh! Connects with the right hand. Holyfield tries to go back after him, but another.
And he bailed out with a left hook. And of course, we got a little time. I think a little tape on the glove of Larry Holmes. You're getting hit with all that leather, and they stop it in a nice flurry like that for a little piece of
blood there by the right eye.
All right, time. All right, here we go, man. Let's go.
I think Holyfield might have enjoyed that little break. Final seconds of the 11th round. And a good Larry Holmes.
Another good 1-2 from Larry Holmes. Comes out with a couple more.
1 round to go before the 12th. Holmes had already lasted longer against a prime, undisputed champion than nearly everyone in that arena had expected him to.
Touch gloves for the 12th and final round heavyweight championship. Holyfield abandoning the jab there in the 11th. Holmes will be going for the knockout. He knows himself he needs it.
There's that to trickle out, but I think the 3 minutes.
Of course, Holmes thinks he needs the knockout, but when it goes to judges' scorecards, you just don't know how close.
Nice left hook to the liver by Holyfield following a couple shots to the head.
Holyfield, left hook connects.
So he thinks he does. You leave yourself vulnerable to maybe some strong shots, but nothing's going to happen for Larry Holmes. He's got to press it like he did with that right hand, and that was a...
They're breathing about the same here with 1:12 to go in a 12th round fight.
Maybe try to make it up to him a little bit.
I think that's a reach, Joe.
I don't know.
It's a long time ago.
Gave Tommy Hearns a lot more credit in that fight than they should have against Parkland.
I mean, based on overall reputation, but not one specific incident. Here we go with 33 seconds remaining. Larry Holmes coming on strong in the 11th and 12th after resting in 8 through 10.
Couple good hooks by Holyfield.
Holyfield with the left hand. And this fight ending in a flurry, and Holyfield with the left. It has Holmes up against the ropes, and Holmes trying to battle out of there with 15 seconds to go. Both looking for one big punch.
It's Holmes who runs Holyfield off the ropes here. He only had 15 seconds left. He should fight to the finish here and ensure the victory for himself.
And Holyfield ends bleeding, and the two of them, well...
Round 12 came and went the same way the last 5 had. When the final bell rang, both men had nothing left. The judges' scorecards weren't close. 117 to 111. 116 to 112, twice. The Associated Press had it even wider, 118 to 110. Holmes had lost clearly, and everyone in that building knew it. But right at the final bell, Holmes threw up from pure exhaustion, right there in the ring. Sports Illustrated's own reporter watched it happen and wrote it down exactly as it was. A 42-year-old man giving absolutely everything his body had left against a champion 13 years younger. He didn't win. He was never really close to winning, but for 12 full rounds, he made sure Holyfield knew exactly what he'd been in. Nobody vomits from a fight they weren't fighting. Holyfield kept his titles. Holmes kept something else. The respect of people who understood exactly what it costs a 42-year-old body to go the distance with a prime champion.